Hi, everyone. This is a free clearing to release any mental, emotional, energetic, physical heaviness that you have going on. So, whether this heaviness is a lingering from all that you've experienced in 2018, whether you've just been feeling kind of heavy lately, or whether this is heaviness that's left over from October and November of 2018. It was a real heavy, intense Venus retrograde for a lot of people. And sometimes this energy of cathartic experiences, of intensity, of deep healing, can linger with us. This is really true also if during that time you've had a breakup, whether it's a romantic breakup, a friendship breakup, if you've had to create some boundaries, some space for yourself with loved ones in your life, and there's some heaviness around those decisions. So let's go ahead and connect in and see what we need to clear for you. Now, on a side note, one of the things I was hearing was to clear around the physical body. So heaviness around the physical body, feeling heavy in your body. So if this is translating to just a general heaviness, a lethargy, a fatigue, an apathy kind of feeling in the body, or if it's creating edema, swelling, bloating, weight gain, heaviness in the body, we want to also address that. So let's go ahead and connect in. I'm just going to have you, if possible, relax your body for a moment, close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, and release it whenever you're ready. I'm going to do the same. So I would like to call upon and invoke or bring forth the very highest vibration of source energy, which is love, to step into this clearing. I'd like to ask that all of the beings who are working with us come forward with ease, that any negative or limiting themes, challenges, choices, or programs that need to be clear easily and effortlessly, and that I remain neutral and clear on behalf of this listener. So I want to know if I'm working with myself, listeners, high self, or both. Nobody, so there are some blocks here to receiving. And so this is a past program, it's a past pattern of apathy, of sadness, and what I'm hearing is as it relates to the holidays. So just a feeling of isolation or loneliness, feeling separate, feeling boxed out, feeling that there's this energy of overwhelm as it relates to the holidays, wanting to stay on the sidelines, wanting to avoid the overwhelm. And so what I want to know is, what is the best way for us to release this right now? So let's clear violence as a negative motivation, violence towards self. Holding oneself apart from joy can actually translate into a violence feeling. Holding oneself in separation from love, in separation from joy, in separation from celebration, holding oneself in a place of apathy, of sadness, of loneliness. Now, we're not talking about normal allowing oneself to feel your feelings. You can feel your feelings, but when you really hold yourself back, when you really hold yourself there, when you keep looking for reasons to beat the drum of sadness and apathy and separation, this is when we get into an issue. So let's go ahead and release this. It ends up taking way too much energy and vitality to hold yourself in separation from joy, because love and joy is actually your natural state. So let's clear guilt, clear loneliness, clear frustration, and clear victimization. Now, if anyone is listening who suffers from depression, who feels like depression is a constant companion in their life, I'd like to know if there's anything that we can clear for them. Yeah, let's clear all programs of abuse. Now, what I mean by that are programs in the soul records that are part of your incarnational experience. I'm not saying that you're purposely abusing yourself, but if there is a program of abuse, what that means is that you come into body that abuse or a feeling of abuse is an experience that you have pre-programmed to have. And so one of the ways in which that can manifest is to have depression, because it does feel like you're being beaten up every day. It does feel heavy. It does block you from fully experiencing and enjoying things that you would like to experience and enjoy. And so we're going to release this through the soul records because we want to create a space and an openness for solutions to present themselves. So what happens when you clear programming that is creating a situation, an experience in your life, and the program dissolves, what ends up happening is a new way, a new space, a new solution, a new medication, a new herb, something new can come in to create a change in what you're experiencing. So let's clear these programs of abuse. And what I want to do is I want to go a little bit deeper with this. I'm going to ask for all vows, contracts, oaths, agreements, or pre-programming of abuse to be cleared, dissolved, released for anyone listening. Let's go over here for a minute. Let's clear any programs or energies of slavery. This is where there's holding oneself in this energy of abuse that's creating a feeling of slavery in life. Now, sometimes there's abuse that happens in the way that I've just described. Sometimes we run programs of abuse and we can attract in situations, jobs, co-workers, quote-unquote friends who become abusive. And sometimes it doesn't happen right away. It takes a little bit of time for the programming to kick in these situations. So what I want to ask is that whatever's running for anyone in this way is brought to their attention like a light shining onto the situation with gentleness, but with awareness. And so we want to open the space for you to create something new, to bring in something new, or to let go of something that no longer serves you. Let's clear all rejection of self that's supporting those programs of abuse. Now that most definitely creates heaviness, mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically. And so this is right in alignment with what we're working on. So I want to know if there are any other programs or energies related to abuse that I need to look at right now. So now, myself, listeners, high self, both, does anyone have a block now to receiving or benefiting from this session, from the modality, or from me? No. So how long for my prep? Myself, listeners, prep their high self. Let's apply it now. What is the lowest level of consciousness for anyone on my high self committee, anyone working with me? And what is the lowest level of consciousness for anyone on my listeners' high self committee? Good. Let's clear, elevate, and educate. Good. And lowest level of consciousness for anyone listening. And where's my soul's consciousness or level of awareness? I want to make sure that I'm neutral and clear on behalf of this session. Where is my ego? Listener's ego. Do they have any openings, holes, rips, tears? Let's clear all discarnate, separates, entities, attachments, any kind of spiritual parasite programs, and let's clear all panic around that subject. It's nothing to be freaked out about. It's just extra energy that we need to release so that you can receive the healing that anything attached to you is not kind of overriding, taking over, and receiving the healing instead of you. So to what degree is everybody neutral and clear? Good. Any remaining discarnate, separates, entities, attachments. So what I keep hearing is there's a place where you're going in your day-to-day life where you leave and you may feel that you have a headache. You may feel that you've taken on some heaviness. You may feel all of a sudden, once you leave, depressed, sad, just blah. And so what I want to do is look at that. Where's that located? First of all, we just want to bring this to your awareness. Notice if there's a place where you usually shop, or if there's a place you visit, or even your workplace where you tend to feel really crappy when you leave for the day, when you just feel heavier. And so what do we need to do about that? What are we releasing? We're going to release any agreements for you to be a kind of a punching bag, to hold on to a subservience, to feel like you're being energetically dumped on by these places where you're visiting. It could be a friend's house, it could be a relative's house, whatever that is, we're going to clear the overwhelm. And what else do we need to look at? We're going to clear all vows, contracts, oaths, agreements, or obligations for you on any level of your being. This would be an unconscious or soul-related energy where you're trying to pick up the slack, take on the heaviness, to lighten the energy of the space. And we're going to go ahead and release that. And what do we need to download or bring in? To download playfulness, download love, download freedom for you to just be, to not have to fix it, to not have to rescue anybody, to not have to change it, to give everyone the freedom to experience whatever they would like to experience, that you do not have to participate. So what else are listeners taking on from people, places, situations in their life? Let's clear all energies of helplessness, guilt, frustration, sadness, depression, despair, and energies of negativity. Let's release that. Where else do we need to go to release that? Okay, so let's move on. No place. Let's move on to the next thing. To what degree has that been released? Good. So what is the accuracy, the completion, the integration so far? Good. Now, let's go through the list. Let's look at mental heaviness. Where is that showing up? This is about exhaustion. So I want you to notice if you're going through your day and you tend to say, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, this is exhausting. This is so tiring. It's like a little negative affirmation. And if you notice yourself saying that, I want you to notice, I want you to stop, and I want you to change it. I want you to say, actually, I'm not tired. I'm just going to be relaxed. I am what? I'm joyful. I'm gentle. I'm being gentle with myself today. I'm taking it easy. I'm moving at a different pace. I'm being patient with myself. I actually have plenty of energy. What am I talking about? I've just done a whole bunch of work. Of course, I need a little bit of a break. I have plenty of energy. I have all the energy that I need to move through my day. Actually, I feel energized. My body feels energized. I'm open to receiving my highest good. I actually feel free. I feel good. I feel strong. Now, you don't have to say all of that, but I just want to give you some examples of how to change that. This is mental chatter, where we get into habits or patterns of thought that affect our emotions, that actually affect our body. It's almost like we're convincing ourselves of something that's really self-limiting. So let's look at any other habits or patterns. Where are we going to release patterns? What types of mental patterns? Oh, patterns of negativity, patterns related to victim, patterns related to loneliness. Let's release it mentally. The mind looking for examples of where you're being victimized, of things that you don't like, to shore up negativity. Let's release that. Let's release loneliness. So the loneliness is an interesting one because it's mental, emotional. So this is again going back to the beginning of the session where there's an energy of separation, programs of separation. So this could be where you're feeling some overwhelm related to the holidays, group activities, people get into comparison, anything related to mental, emotional energies of overwhelm, where your tendency is to go into isolation, separation from others. And it actually is starting to create a heaviness for you. And so what that means is you're outgrowing this pattern, and it's time to find a new way to connect, and a way to connect in a way where you don't feel overwhelmed. So where do we need to start with this? Let's start with the roots of where overwhelm was established for you. So this is a fear program and an imprint of loneliness. It's an imprint of injustice, and it's an imprint of helplessness. It was originally established in a past life, and this is where you're a part of a group, and this group was separated from others, ostracized, not cast out, but forced to be separated. It's a program of rejection. Now, for some of you, this could have been spiritual, it could have been religious, it could have had to do with your culture, it may have had to do with just some sort of a conflict that was happening where you were living. And whatever it was, it created this rejection, separation energy, but it was paired with overwhelm and injustice. And so there's a tinge here of victimization mixed in. So what I want to know is if this is enough information, if this is enough research to go ahead and release the emotional energy, the discordant emotional energy that listeners are holding on this experience. Yeah, so let's go ahead and release it. Clear the lifetime, the programs, all of the energies that you're holding from the experience that is keeping it in your vibration and bringing in new situations that are a match. We want to release it. And that's essentially what we're doing when we're clearing programs. We're looking at what's happening now, and then we're going back to the roots of when it was first established, when the pattern was first established. And what that is negative or discordant emotional energy that you're holding from a situation that's stuck in your vibration, someplace in the soul records, and it's causing a point of attraction. So we want to resolve it and release it so it does not have to be a part of your experience. So where else do listeners feel overwhelmed by emotion, people's emotions, regardless of what they are? Let's clear suffering, clear discomfort, clear hate, clear helplessness, clear feelings of abuse, and clear low self-esteem. Any other overwhelm. So any other separation programs as it relates to the mind, the emotions. What about separation in terms of the physical body that could create heaviness? Yeah, this is an experienced trauma from a past life. This is a group consciousness program that has to do with guilt relating to the body. And so what's happened, because there's been guilt associated with the body, there's been a separation program. I should feel guilty about having this body, about all of the different things my body does, the expression of my body. And so I'm going to separate from it. I'm going to feel separated. I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to disconnect from my body. And when it comes to my body, I'm just going to be checked out. And so I want to know if this is enough to clear it. Yeah, clear all group consciousness programs related to guilt with the body, separation with the physical body, and help everyone to be more deeply connected to their body. Clear all judgment related to the physical body. Clear programs of health abuse, creating separation with feeling and being connected to the body, and clear any health abuse. Let's ask for Source to release all heaviness related to the body and release any heaviness that you're feeling in the body. So let's clear the thousands of reasons, the infinites of levels, the hundreds of reasons. Any other mental, emotional, or physical heaviness. What about energetic heaviness? Yeah. So let's clear any heaviness in the auric field, clear all disappointment, clear resistance, clear energies of overwhelm, Any kind of disappointment from unmet expectations, let's release it. And let's download, I am flexible. Other people are flexible. My focus and direction is peace. I trust myself for my guidance. I am kind to myself, I am kind to others, and I am open to receiving kindness and generosity from others. Let's download all aspects of your being, your mind, your body, and your emotions, with what it feels like and how to feel light. What it feels like and how to feel mentally light, exuberant, joyful, relaxed. What it feels like and how to feel emotionally light, joyful, open, free, relaxed. What it feels like and how to feel light in your body, to feel a sense of lightness and joy, freedom in the physical body. I want to ask to what degree that's been downloaded. So I want to ask if there's anything else I need to clear or download for anyone listening. I'm getting a no. So I'm going to ask to apply the mop-up list, just a whole list of things that automatically get cleared for you, your non-physical team. I want to send a blessing to everyone's non-physical team and to send gratitude and appreciation for all of the energetic support, all of the energetic protection that we receive. And I want to thank all listeners for being present, for listening, for receiving. And I want to thank Source for bringing forth light and releasing all darkness, limitation, and fear. And so it is. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope you feel lighter. I hope you feel lighter through the rest of this year. And I will speak to you next week. Bye for now.